Welcome to Dr. Amigo Coronavirus Update. I am Shazi. Today we with Dr. Amigo will talk about coronavirus vaccine development and how far are we to have an effective vaccine against the COVID-19 virus. Also, we will discuss the end of this coronavirus crisis and the effects on human life. What should you know about vaccine, or what is a vaccine? A vaccine is a biological preparation that provides active acquired immunity to a particular infectious disease. A vaccine typically contains an agent that resembles a disease-causing microorganism and is often made from weakened or killed forms of the microbe, its toxins, or one of its surface proteins. The agent stimulates the body's immune system to recognize the agent as a threat, destroy it, and to further recognize and destroy any of the microorganisms associated with that agent that it may encounter in the future. What is the importance of a vaccine? Vaccination is the most effective method of preventing infectious diseases that led to the eradication of smallpox, one of the most contagious and deadly diseases in humans. Other diseases such as rubella, polio, measles, mumps, chickenpox, and typhoid are nowhere near as common as they were 100 years ago, thanks to widespread vaccination programs, due to which the World Health Organization (WHO) reports that licensed vaccines are currently available for 25 different preventable infections. How does a vaccine work on the body and when is the best time for vaccination? The immune system recognizes vaccine agents as foreign, destroys them, and remembers them. When the virulent version of an agent is encountered, the body recognizes the protein coat on the virus, and thus is prepared to respond by 1. Neutralizing the target agent before it can enter cells, and 2. Recognizing and destroying infected cells before that agent can multiply to vast numbers. To provide the best protection, children are recommended to receive vaccinations as soon as their immune systems are sufficiently developed to respond to particular vaccines, with additional booster shots often required to achieve full immunity. Then what are the stages of vaccine development? 1. Exploratory. This research-intensive phase of the vaccine development process is designed to identify natural or synthetic antigens that might help prevent or treat a disease. Antigens might include weakened strains of a particular virus. 2. Preclinical. During this phase, researchers, usually in private industry, use tissue culture or cell culture systems and animal testing to determine whether the candidate vaccine will produce immunity. Many candidate vaccines don't move on to the next stage of development because they fail to produce that immunity or prove harmful to test subjects. 3. Clinical development. At this point, a sponsor, usually a private company, submits an application for an investigational new drug (IND) to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration (FDA). This summarizes findings to date and describes how the drug will be tested and created. An institution that will host the clinical trial holds a review board for approval of the application. The FDA has 30 days to approve the application. Once the proposal has been approved, the vaccine must pass 3 trial stages of human testing. Phase 1 administers the candidate vaccine to a small group, less than 100 people, to determine whether the candidate vaccine is safe and to learn more about the responses it provokes among test subjects. Phase 2, which includes hundreds of human test subjects, aims to deliver more information about safety, immunogenicity, immunization schedule, and dose size. Phase 3, which can include thousands or tens of thousands of test subjects, continues to measure the safety, rare side effects sometimes don't appear in smaller groups, and effectiveness of the candidate vaccine. Then regulatory review and approval. If a vaccine passes through all 3 phases of clinical development, the vaccine developer submits a biologics license application (BLA) to the FDA. Manufacturing. Major drug manufacturers provide the infrastructure, personnel, and equipment necessary to create mass quantities of vaccines. They also reap the profits of successful or widely distributed drugs. Quality control, the approval and distribution are far from the end of the line. Stakeholders must adhere to procedures that allow them to track whether a vaccine is performing as anticipated. Multiple systems, including Phase 4 trials, optional studies that can be conducted following the release of a vaccine, the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System (VAERS), and the Vaccine Safety Datalink, are designed to monitor the performance, safety, and effectiveness of an approved vaccine. So where are we with coronavirus vaccine development? Creating a vaccine, according to Anthony Fauci, an NIH official, that has repeatedly cited a timeline of 12 to 18 months, is extremely optimistic concerning past vaccine works, because today they are skipping bacterial and animal trials in many cases due to urgency of the requirement. Nearly 80 companies and academic institutions are racing to produce one, and of those, 5 are already testing their vaccine candidates in people. The first of these to enter human trials, one produced by Boston-based biotech company Moderna, did so on the 16th of March. The coronavirus vaccine developed in the UK could be ready by fall. In Oxford, after the vaccine worked in monkeys, the first human trial in Europe has started with more than 800 recruits. Pharmaceutical giants Sanofi and GSK have teamed up to develop a vaccine. Australian scientists have begun injecting ferrets with 2 potential vaccines. It is the first comprehensive preclinical trial involving animals, and the researchers hope to test humans by the end of April. Medical experts at the Dow University of Health Sciences (DUS) have claimed that they have purified intravenous immunoglobulin (IVIG), which can cure the COVID-19 patients. So what would happen if one of the vaccines succeeds? Even if an effective vaccine would develop, it would take a few more months to be ready for public vaccination. Because until enough vaccines are not produced, governments and vaccine-producing companies won't provide vaccines for public vaccination, and it would probably take some days to months to reach your turn of vaccination. So stay hopeful, enjoy your time with family, work on having better physical and mental health, daily meditate, read your favorite books, and learn new skills. Because this crisis will come to end one day and you will live longer for many and many years. Also, don't forget to watch the next video on myths about coronavirus, along with what would human experience after the coronavirus crisis comes to end. Then till the next video, tell me about your experiences, the myths you have heard, and what would happen when the pandemic will end. Subscribe, like, comment and share if you wish. Because it will help us to improve ourselves and bring you better videos.